It's now time for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. We go all the way back to March 31st, year 2025, when the Nashville Predators were in Philadelphia to take on the Flyers. Head coach Andrew Burnett deploys his lines and defensive pairings in the following formations, and it is an 11 forward, 7 defenseman alignment. Forsberg, O'Reilly, and Stamkos, Bunting, Svechkov, Evangelista, Smith, McCarron, and LaRue, Bellows, and Vrana. Shea and Blankenberg, Del Gaiso and Barron, England and Stastny, Osterley are your 7 defensemen. Onanen gets the start in net. 3:42 now into the first period. Onanen coming up with a save on Cates. It's the first shot on goal of the game at the 4:34 mark of the first period. Konecny hitting the post off of the rush. 5:03 now of the first period. Shea off to the box minutes for tripping. First special team scenario of the game goes to the Philadelphia Flyers power play. Onanen a save on Couturier, then Onanen a save on Michkov, and the Predators are able to hang on. 7:51 now at the first period. Onanen comes up with a save on York at the 8:08 mark of the first period. Fedotov comes up with a save on Bunting's first shot on goal for the Nashville Predators at the 9:44 mark. The first is Onanen coming up with a save on Michkov's breakaway. Forsberg clears the rebound off of the goal line. Huge save here in the first half of the first period for Justus Onanen. At the 11:03 mark of the first period, it's Fedotov coming up with a save on LaRue. Point blank there, right on top of the crease. 12:01 mark of the first period. Fedotov comes up with a save on Bellows. 16:12. Fedotov a save on Osterley. And 17:03 of the first period. Fedotov comes up with a save on Michael Bunting. We hit the end of the first period with no score in this game. 7 shots apiece. We hit the beginning of the second period. Clean sheet of ice. 29 seconds is where the action starts. Fedotov comes up with a save on Del Gaiso with the 1:12 mark of the second period. Fedotov comes with a save on LaRue at the 3:38 mark of the second period. Fedotov comes up with a save on Blankenberg at 3:58 of the second period. Fast action here to start this period. Onanen comes up with a save on Couturier. Then we hit the 5:17 mark of the second period, and Fedotov comes up with a save on Philip Forsberg at the 5:46 mark of the second period. Onanen comes up with a save on Sanheim. We go to the 7:37 mark now of the second period. Fedotov comes up with a save on Osterley, and our first goal comes at 8:50 of the second period when Poling breaks through with his 11th of the season, putting the Philadelphia Flyers ahead 1-0 as a tic-tac-toe tap-in for the Philadelphia Flyers. They made it look easy in this scenario. Just past the halfway point of this hockey game now at the 10:49 mark of the second period. Sanheim off to the box, 2 minutes for holding, putting the Predators on their first power play of the game. Fedotov comes up with a save on Blankenberg, and that would be it for the Predators power play. But just after the power play, back to 5-on-5 hockey, the 13:14 mark of the second period. It's LaRue with his 5th goal of the season. A backhand rebound follow-up of McCarron's shot, and a sick backhand it was, just off of the crossbar and down, tying this game up at 1 apiece. But immediately after, 13:48 of the second period, it's Drysdale with his 7th goal of the season, putting the Philadelphia Flyers back ahead by 1. They now lead 2-1 at the 15:06 mark of the second period. Onanen comes up with a save on Abels at the 17:40 mark of the second period. Fedotov coming up with a save on Bellows, crashing the net hard right here, bringing the jam. 19:58 of the second period. Fedotov a save on O'Reilly. And at the 20-minute mark, Drysdale called 2 minutes for high sticking on Steven Stamkos. But when we hit the intermission and come back from intermission to begin the third period, there's no carryover of a power play. As a matter of fact, the penalty was rescinded during the intermission. Now, at the end of 2 periods, the shots on goal, 23 for Nashville, 13 for Philadelphia. So the Flyers only 6 shots on goal in the second period, but they do manage to pick up 2 goals. The Nashville Predators with 16 shots on goal in the second period, and they managed to pick up just 1 goal. So we start the period 5-on-5 hockey with the confusion cleared up during intermission. We hit the 3:21 mark of the third period. Onanen comes up with a save on Drysdale. We flip the sheet over and pick the action back up at 6:59 of the third period. Fedotov coming with a save on Blankenberg's backhand at 9:11 of the third period. Fedotov coming with a save on Bunting after being out of position and having to launch his body back into the way of the puck. He is able to successfully do so, frustrating Michael Bunting into some very loud cursing. 11:33 now of the third period. Fedotov coming with a save on Svechkov at the back door. This leads to a very large scrum as Steven Stamkos continued jamming away at the play after the whistle. The Nashville Predators do not get the goal right here. They do draw some attention, though, from the Philadelphia Flyers. 13:47 mark now of the third period. Onanen comes with a save on Sanheim at the 17:23 mark of the third period. Onanen comes with a save on Tippett, plus the follow-up by Poling. And though there was intense pressure with the extra attack on the Nashville Predators, seemed like they had it lined up once, twice, maybe three times, but every one of those shots blocked and countered. Hard fight back from the defense of the Philadelphia Flyers, and the Flyers are able to hang on and secure the 2-1 victory on home ice. The Nashville Predators outshoot the Philadelphia Flyers 29-18 in this game. So the Flyers go from 7 shots on goal in the first to only 13 at the end of the second to only 18 at the end of the game, but they do secure a 2-1 victory in this game. For the Nashville Predators, only able to get 6 shots on goal in the third period when down by 1. The Philadelphia Flyers deserve some stick taps for the effort on the defense in this one. The Predators had their opportunity with 16 shots on goal there in the second period, only capitalizing once. The Nashville Predators fall in Philadelphia on the first night of back-to-backs. 11 forwards, 7 defensemen. They just never seem to have the offensive punch they needed. That's going to do it for the Rebirth Sports full game recap. Back with so much more after this right here on the Renegades of Puck podcast.